So I've done a Bucks rebuild before on the Toxic City channel, and it was one of the toughest rebuilds I've ever done. And that was keeping Giannis and trading Dame and some of these other guys. But I think the mutual benefit it would have to see Giannis go to another team and the Bucks kind of get some pieces back that might revitalize their future is going to be huge. I think they need to fire Doc Rivers. I think they need to clean out all the clutter on this team, let some guys go that they've been holding on to for a little bit too long, and start fresh. Now, obviously, Dame is now out for potentially a year with a ruptured Achilles. He is probably not going to be the same player when he comes back. So this $50 million contract that he has is rough. We're not going to move Dame in this video. Instead, we're going to trade Giannis. We're going to fire Doc Rivers, and we're going to let a lot of guys like Brook Lopez and potentially Bobby Portis go. Kyle Kuzma is a negative asset. This contract is going to be hard to move. Gary Trent, he deserves to come back. He was great in the playoffs. Kevin Porter and Ryan Rollins really stood up when Dame was out. AJ Green is a bright spot. Andre Jackson is a bright spot. But some of these other guys, man, it's rough. It's going to be rough for the Bucks. So today we're going to be trading Giannis away. And it's just going to be interesting to kind of see what happens. So a few retirees here. We also don't own any of our picks moving forward. They're all tied up in swap worse, and the Pelicans own some, the Blazers own some, Washington own some. Like it's rough out there. So let's see how this lottery kind of falls, and then that might determine who we kind of trade Giannis to. I do have a couple of ideas. I want to see what packages we can potentially get back, and obviously it's a superstar trade. It's for one of the 3 best players in the world, and we're going to get back a haul from whoever we trade them to. So Hornets get one. Don't think he fits there. The Spurs are an interesting one, but like, do we really want to trade Giannis to the Spurs? Like, the Spurs are going to be a superpower, but I could see us getting back a few good pieces like Stephon Castle, Keldon Johnson, that sort of stuff, and pick 2 and a few other picks would be nice. The Jazz, no. The Mavs get pick 4. I don't think they've got AD. I don't think they're going to make a move for Giannis. I don't think that's smart at all. The Wizards probably not. The Pelicans are interesting. We could maybe do a Zion for Giannis swap and get some of our picks back for the future. The Thunder are interesting, but I'm not sure if they would do that without. I don't think the Bucks would walk away without taking one of Chet, which I'm not sure that OKC would be willing to do that. The Nets are interesting. The Raptors are they're potentially okay. The Rockets have Phoenix picks moving forward, and that's an interesting target for me to kind of reach. But I do like the Nets, and I do kind of like the Rockets. So I think there are 2 of the teams that we're going to try and see if we can send Giannis there. So there's a few good candidates. I just think Doc Rivers is very overrated, so we're going to get rid of him. And instead, we're going to, there's not that many options. We're offered Nate McMillan and Borrego a contract. We'll maximize them, so hopefully they don't get blocked. And if not, there's actually not much here. There's not much here in the way of, we're not going to bring in Darvin Ham. That's an absolute no. So do we just take a young coach? Do we bring in someone a bit younger that, I don't even know. There's a lot of assistant coaches and stuff here that we could potentially bring in, but yeah, I don't know. Let's see if so both of them get blocked. Okay, that's fine. This might be like a Jacob Underwood or Michael Stafford video then. I know they're not real, but we may as well just offer Jacob Underwood a contract, which he accepts. So yeah, we're bringing Jacob Underwood to be our coach. Nice young new coach. Let's just pretend he's real, and let's head to the draft. So I'm gonna build this trade for Giannis now, and then where I'm just gonna see what we can kind of come up with, and then we'll work on some of the other things. So my first idea that I have here is with the Spurs. So Stephon Castle, Keldon Johnson, pick 2, and then 2 other first round picks. We could potentially ask for Devin Vassell back. I feel like this would be an insane haul. And then like they'll have Fox, Wemby, Giannis, Harrison Barnes, and they've got other picks. They could definitely draft some other pieces. So that's one option, which I don't hate. Um, Another option I have is with the Rockets, but I feel like I do a lot of trades with the Rockets for superstars, and I don't know, like I don't think I love it too much. So we're definitely not going to get Armand Thompson. Would we be able to get Şengün? Like, is that someone? Like, I guess we'll take Jalen Green. Jabari Smith is expired, so would have to wait on him. But then we can like Şengün and Green. Is that really something that the Rockets would want to give up? And then Reed Shepherd, and then they kind of figure it out. So then we've got pick 10 here. We've got a Nets pick next year. We'll take a Suns, like a couple of Suns picks. Like, is that really what they would do? I feel like that's overkill. In the point of view of the Nets, like, it is Giannis. Like, that's what I need to consider here. It's a top 3 player in the world. And, like, could the Magic? No, I don't think the Magic would. Like, we'd be asking for Cam Thomas, Claxton, like, yeah, Thomas is a free agent. I don't want Max or Lewis. We can take like 8. We can take 19. We can take like, these are all like Knicks picks, which I don't like. I just feel like this return isn't that great. Like, it's okay, but it's not great. I'm kind of thinking the Spurs are the team that I want to make this trade with, because we can really set up our future. And I would actually kind of love to see a Giannis and Wemby front court. Let me figure this out. Okay, so I think this is kind of what I can come up with. We're going to take Harrison Barnes instead of Vassell, because we're going to get pick 2 and pick 13 and a pick in 2027. It's all we can kind of fit in this little area here that 2K gives us. So we're getting Stephon Castle, we're getting Keldon Johnson, and we're getting Harrison Barnes. So 3 good players that we can bring in, and Harrison Barnes' contract expires. Keldon Johnson's still young. Stephon Castle just won Rookie of the Year. I actually really like this. I mean, we can potentially just ask for another pick. I mean, they have this pick here as well, a swap best with the Spurs. So we get 2 picks in 2025, a 2026, and a 2027. So we have a few picks that we can actually use in upcoming drafts. We get Stephon Castle and Keldon Johnson, and we get pick 2. So we can take Dylan Harper or Ace Bailey, whoever we really want. So I don't know if this is overpaying overs, but like I said, Giannis is the top 3 player in the world, and I actually think I'm just going to lock in this trade. So, bam. Giannis is gone. Giannis is a Spur. Once we start the season, I think I might go into the Spurs and switch around their positions and stuff. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. That's what we just did. We got pick 2 for Giannis, and I feel like that's fair. Like, people we're probably going to be looking at the Luka Doncic trade, and honestly, like, that was the worst trade ever. They didn't get much of a return for Luka, top 5 player in the world. Okay, let's see. So Cooper Flag is definitely going to go number 1 overall. So I'm thinking we take Dylan Harper here and we make him a point guard, and then we have Harper and Castle as our backcourt. I think that's going to be fun. So let's take Dylan Harper here, and then let's sim to the next pick. If Kadeem Malak is on the board right now, he isn't. Okay, that's unfortunate. Did somebody get Kadeem Malak? Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can find. We can't even do player finder here. Okay, that's weird. Let's go see if we can get Kadeem Malak real quick, because I feel like he's going to be good for this team. Unless we want to bring in another center. Okay, the Thunder got Kadeem Malak. Okay, they don't need Kadeem Malak. They got other players. So let's see if they'd be willing to take on. Okay, throwing Kyle Kuzma. I don't think they want Kyle Kuzma. let's see if we can throw in like Chris Livingston and pick 13 for Kadeem Malak. They want Tyler Smith, and they'll give us Aaron Wiggins. I mean, yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm happy to do this trade. That's awesome for us. We get Aaron Wiggins back, and they get two of our young players that haven't really worked out too much. So wow, what a draft for us. I'm insanely happy with that. We're going to sign Kadeem Malak and Dylan Harper. Both of them are going to play this year. So Pat Connaughton obviously accepts his player option because it's $9 million. He'd be stupid not to. And Bobby Portis and Kevin Porter are probably going to have to bring back. So yeah, that's not fun. Qualifying offers, we're not going to offer any of these guys their contracts. We're just going to move forward. And then let's have a look and see what some of our players want. So yeah, it's rough. It's rough. The first player we're definitely going to bring back is Gary Trent, and we'll offer him 11 million over 3 years. And let's kind of see what our roster looks like right now. So obviously Damian Lillard is injured, so I'm going to put his injury on actually. Make sure it's actually there, because we play with injuries off, but I want him to actually be injured for this. So is there Achilles or something that's like easily available? Let's just say right foot surgery. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Whoa. There we go. And we'll just do like 300 days or something. I don't know. We'll just put him on for a long time. He's definitely not going to play next year. And yeah, we'll kick changes in return. So Dame Lillard is hurt. So Dylan Harper, wherever you are, we're going to make you a point guard, which you are going to go down, but that's fine. So Aaron Wiggins, I guess we can start at the small forward spot. Keldon Johnson could be our power forward. I would like to move Kyle Kuzma, but he can just come off the bench, I guess. And we have Kadeem Malak here. So we don't really have many other positions. So Bobby Portis, I think we can just do a sign and trade with Bobby Portis. I wouldn't hate that. Let's see if we can do like a 3-year deal worth $18 million. And then I guess we can bring back Jericho Sims for... He just wants the minimum. I'm going to see if we can get a draft pick or something for him. And Lopez we're not going to bring back. But yeah, we'll just see what happens. So Ryan Rollins is someone that I want to bring back. We're going to announce the rights on quite a few players. Kevin Porter Jr. actually wouldn't mind bringing back. He can come off the bench and be good for us. So we get Gary Trent, Bobby Portis, and Jericho Sims all coming back. So Ryan Rollins, we're going to need to watch out for, and Kevin Porter. So 2 guys we need to watch out for. Let's make sure we get them signed. And are we going to have enough money for them? That's the thing. We really don't have much money at all. He's a 79 overall. So let's see if we can find... He wants $11 million, and we can't offer him that. Okay, that's fine. So... In terms of trades, I think I want to trade Bobby Portis. I don't think I want him on this team moving forward. I think it'd be beneficial to move off this contract. I don't know where we're going to send him to, but we'll just find somewhere. Like we could take a chance on Patrick Williams. I know he's paid a lot of money, but we get a first-round pick from the Bulls. We send Bobby Portis back. Is he initially from... Did he play in Chicago? No, he didn't. It was New York. I thought he was a Bull at one stage. GG Jackson's here as a young player. Nick Smith, Malik Monk, OG, Rui, and Dalton Connect is interesting, actually. Daniel Gafford as a backup center isn't too bad. We have to pay him, though, which I don't really want to do. More pick swaps. Aaron Gordon, Obi Toppin, but we have to give up first. I don't want to give up any picks. Ron Hollanders isn't interesting. Sohan, Hartenstein is interesting. DiVincenzo, Robert Williams. Robert Williams can be our backup center. I don't actually hate this trade at all. We have to pay him after next year, but he could be nice to have behind Kadeem Malak. He's going to be definitely playing a lot of time for us. Okay. It's a bit of a weird trade. What was the other trade I was thinking about doing? I mean, we could just take a chance on Patrick Williams. I actually don't hate this trade. Bobby Portis for Patrick Williams. And we get... I actually wouldn't take this first. Let's just ask for like a I guess we will take the first. I thought they would have had more seconds, but let's just take this first round pick. And then I don't know if this makes sense for the Bulls, but maybe they're going to retool and try again. So we're going to do this trade. Bam, Bobby Portis is gone. Could have been a like for like. Really, we didn't really need that draft pick. So our roster at the moment is Malak and Sims, who we're going to try and move for maybe a couple seconds. Patrick Williams behind Keldon Johnson, Wiggins and Kuzma. I'd like to get Green into the rotation, but I don't think we're going to be able to. Yeah, we're going to need to find a backup point guard to come in and play as well. So I don't really know who we're going to sign. I guess we can sign Markelle Fultz for like a season and see how he goes. And he agrees because we're not going to bring back Ryan Rollins or Kevin Porter. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to afford them. So in terms of other trades, I think we need a backup center. So let's just see if we can sign someone. Brook Lopez wants way too much money. A lot of these guys just want way too much money. So yeah, this is rough. I guess we can bring in Marvin Bagley for 2 years and just see if he would be interested in coming to the Bucks. And he is. Cool. All right. So we're gonna see if we can move off a couple of these players at the deadline. And like, are we gonna get anything for Jericho Sims? A couple of firsts is a bit rough. That's a bit much, mate. I don't think he's gonna get any sort of stuff like that. So, I don't know who Nate Williams is, but I actually don't want that. I don't want any of these picks from any of these teams. Okay, that's fine. We'll just keep Jericho Sims around. Yeah, so our roster next year is going to be Harper and Fultz. It's going to be Castle and Gary Trent Jr. It's going to be Wiggins and Kuzma. Fortunately, AJ Green's not going to be in the rotation, but hopefully at the deadline we can move off Kuzma. That'd be nice. Keldon Johnson, Patrick Williams, Marvin Bagley, and Kadeem Malak. Like, it's not amazing, but it's a start. Hopefully we can kind of be okay next year, and once we get the picks next year, we can kind of bounce back. So Giannis is no longer here. Dame's down. Stephon Castle is up. Wiggins is up. There's quite a lot of bright spots on this team. And Dylan Harper eventually is going to be that guy for us. And that was expected. We have a swap worse with the Pelicans, who are also pretty bad. So we could potentially still have a top 10 pick at the end of this. So it's going to be interesting to see how this works. But I think we want to kind of get off Kyle Kuzma's contract. And we want some young guys to really take this team moving forward. So the scoring is a bit spread out right now, but we have Dylan Harper, Kuzma, Stephon Castle, Keldon Johnson, Kadeem Malak. Malak and Harper are actually playing really well, which is nice. Kuzma's three-point shot is horrible. He is not a great player. So we are going to be looking to hopefully move off him. I don't actually know what we're going to get. If we can get a first-round pick, that'd be lovely, but even some seconds would be nice. Vucevic, no. Drew Steinway, Drew Holiday, Bogdan, Karis LeVert, Miles Bridges, Malik Monk, Rui, KCP, and a first. Oof. I actually don't hate that at all. We can get Nick Claxton, Russ, CJ McCollum, Tobias Harris, and a second. Harrison Barnes in a first. Draymond Green, Marcus Smart in a second. Okay, I'm going to do this trade for KCP in a first. I feel like that's fine. Kyle Kuzma, if he can turn his shooting around, at least add shooting to the Magic. But yeah, KCP and a first is what we're getting from that. So our team now is we get AJ Green into the rotation. KCP is definitely not going to play for us. Is there anyone else we want to move off of at the moment? I don't think so. Dame's healthy, but we're not going to play him at all. I think it's going to be late season that he's back. So we'll keep playing Fultz. And yeah, the rest of this team is just going to kind of vibe to the offseason. So I think that's the only change we're going to make right now. They want to play Lillard, but I'm going to just let him sit out this whole season, I think. So that is going to bring... I don't know who that's going to... We can play Andre Jackson a little bit now. So Markelle Fultz can get 10 minutes. These guys can move up the rotation a little bit. AJ Green was already playing, actually. So we get Andre Jackson 12 minutes, which is going to be nice. And then Marvin Bagley is not going to be starting. That's a no. So we'll just play him 16 minutes, and then yeah, they want to start Wiggins, which is fine. So we'll give Wiggins maybe 28 minutes off the bench. And Gary Trent can be our sixth man. It's a bit of a weird little rotation here, but we'll give Malak the rest of the minutes. And yeah, we'll see how things gonna go. We're a 3-star, balanced, which is fine. Grit and grind, we're horrible. So yeah, we're just gonna keep it unbalanced. I'll see you guys at the end of the year. 22 and 60. Not a bad result, considering where our team is at right now. Shea is your MVP, Rookie of the Year goes to Cooper Flag, Malik Monk 6th player, Depoy, Walker Kessler, Scoot Most Improved, Clutch player Anthony Edwards, and Mark Daynott is your Coach of the Year. So I don't think we're going to get any bucks on any of these teams. Do we see Giannis make it? That's the question. Tyrese Halliburton here, an All-NBA first team, and Booker, which is interesting. Do we get Giannis? Do we see Giannis? We don't see Giannis on any of these teams. Interesting, man. Very interesting. But Giannis is here. He had an okay season. Mitchell Robinson apparently is a top 10 defender in the league, which is interesting. And Dylan Harper and Kadeem Malak are here. And interesting. Cool. So we didn't make the playoffs, obviously. That's kind of what we were expecting. A year without Giannis, and Dylan Harper is definitely going to be that guy moving forward for us. Stephen Castle was actually really good too. A 3-point shot and the field goal percentages went up. So yeah, he was really good. Everyone was kind of fine. We're definitely going to have Dylan Harper be that number 1 guy. Depending on the pick that we get this year, it's going to be really interesting. So Wemby and Giannis coming up against Cat, and the Spurs win it also. Giannis gets himself a title, which is pretty interesting to say the least. So yeah, they got Ty Jerome, they got Vassell, they got Julius Randle. That's a crazy team. Okay, cool. So moving on to the offseason. So LeBron is going to retire. I think Curry will go again. Paul George, they can live with that contract for another year. But all these other guys will let retire. Chris Paul didn't go back to the Spurs. Damn. So he didn't get himself a ring. So this is where things are going to get very interesting. So the Pelicans, they finished the 7th overall pick there, and we're giving up pick 2. So it's rough. It's very rough. And don't we have another pick somewhere here? I thought we got like an Atlanta pick. Maybe it's going to be outside the lottery. So let's see kind of how things fall. And we get pick number 9. Okay, so we give up pick 4 and we get pick number 9. We also get pick 19 and 15. So we can potentially move up if we wanted to try. Not sure. We could potentially look to trade with the Thunder. But the Philly, they get the first overall pick. So Jacob Underwood, I think we'll leave for 1 more year. Unless we wanted a real coach. I think we might try and get a real coach. Like, I feel bad. We can bring Jason Kidd back. So, like, we can try and get Billy Donovan. It's not the worst shout in the world. If we could get Mark Daynott over here, we've got a bag to offer him. So we'll try and get him too. And is there anyone else that we want to try and offer a contract to? Kenny Atkinson would be kind of fun. I never get Kenny Atkinson. And we'll try and offer 1 more. So I don't think there's anyone else here that kind of makes sense. So let's see if we get one of those guys. We can get Atkinson or Billy Donovan. Ooh. Do I want Billy Donovan or do I want Kenny Atkinson? I think we go Kenny Atkinson. I never get Kenny Atkinson. So yeah, welcome to the Bucks. Hopefully you can turn our season around. So let's see if we can I don't know if we can trade up into like the top 2. But we have pick 9, pick 15, and pick 19. If we can get AJ DeBansa, I would be so unbelievably happy with this. Like the 76ers, I don't know if they'd be willing to do this trade. They say no. Is there anyone I'd be willing to move off of to get this to work? Like, is Andre Jackson really going to develop into a player for us? In the shooting guard position, I don't know. Gary Trent's there and Stephen Castle's there, so we can maybe offer Andre. They can't even accept that. Okay, so they can't accept anyone. Which I guess is fine. We can potentially, okay, let's try pick 2 instead. Philly have a lot of money tied up, so let's see if we can move up to pick 2, the Lakers. With LeBron now, would they move up? They probably want, okay, let's see if we can get pick 3, and maybe we get lucky. We're not going to get Cameron Boozer or AD Depenstra at 3, I don't think. The Thunder have so many picks, man. That's insane. Let's see if we can slide them someone else as well. We'll send them Andre Jackson. So they value him quite a bit. Let's see if we can trade all of this for pick 13 as well. Let's see if they'll accept. They say no. How about we take our other picks out and we just go pick 9, Andre Jackson, and we'll throw in pick 19 as well. They say no. I don't want to throw in any other picks really. Is there anyone we can slide them? KCP's expired. All these contracts are expiring. Yeah, there's no one I'd really want to send their way. How was Patrick Williams this year? It was actually okay. He's pretty good off the bench. Gary Trent Jr. I guess we can move on from Gary Trent if we really wanted to. Like, would this get it done? I'll try and keep Andre Jackson now. But Gary Trent, a couple picks. They agree. Okay, so we get pick 3 now. Okay. AJ goes number 1. Cameron Boozer goes number 2. So we can take Darren Peterson here, which I think is probably the best shout. We take best player available. Who do the Pelicans take with our pick? They take Elijah Arenas. Okay, so let's slide down to pick 15, and we will take Jasper Johnson's always fun. Yeah, we'll take Jasper Johnson here. I like Jasper Johnson. So yeah, we get Darren Peterson, which is fine. Darren Peterson and Jalen Johnson, or Jasper Johnson, welcome back. So Dame, he declines his player option. I think it's the end of an era. KCP accepts his player option. I forgot he had a player option, man. Oh, that's rubbish. That's rubbish. So Dame's officially gone. I don't think we're going to be trying to offer him all that money. I don't think we're going to offer him anything anyway. So he wants $52 million, which is an absolute no. Green, we'll bring back for 3 years, sure. Pat Connaughton, and yeah, all these guys we're just going to announce the rights on. And let's see if we can just get through. We do. Okay. Does anyone want this expiring KCP contract? Because I don't want it on my books. The Grizzlies will give us a first round pick. Literally, if we can get like seconds or something. I don't want a first round pick. If you can just give us like a couple of seconds next year. Wait, are you serious? Okay, if you want to give us a first, you can do that. That's fine. Whatever, that's fine. I don't know how they were able to do that trade. So our team this year: Dylan Harper, Jasper Johnson, Castle, Darren Peterson. I think we're gonna move Peterson. He's 6'6". What is Castle? 6'6" as well. He stays the same overall. Peterson goes up, so we'll move Peterson to the small forward spot. So our team is going to be Jasper Johnson, Dylan Harper, Castle. I guess Andre Jackson can be our shooting guard. Peterson, Wiggins. That means Green doesn't play yet again. Kelvin Johnson, Patty Williams, Marvin Bagley, and Kadeem Malak, which isn't bad. We do have some money to spend, actually. We have a lot of money to spend. Holy shit. Okay, so I'm thinking power forward. If we can get Jabari Smith, Tari Easton, John Collins, Sohan, Kuminga's interesting. I actually wouldn't mind getting Jabari Smith. I feel like that could be actually really fun. So we have some money to spend. Is there We get Jalen Duren. Okay, I like Kadima Lark being that guy for us though. Jaren Jackson, we're not that far off. Chet, we're not that far. Okay, if we can get Chet, I would actually be insanely happy. Um, let's give him a player option. Let's go as much as we can. We can't offer him a no trade clause, unfortunately. So we'll offer Chet. We can offer Jaren Jackson as well. I think we offer him around the. Okay, we can only offer him about that. So we'll go 3 years. Anyone else here? Julius Randle. I don't think he kind of fits this timeline. We're offered Jabari Smith a contract because he's a little bit cheaper. And then is there anyone else here that we might want to offer a contract to? I don't think so. Sohan and Kuminga can be the guys that we maybe think about after. I didn't think we were going to have this much money. And we get Chet. We get Chet. What? Okay, so we can't afford Jabari Smith, which is unfortunate. He's gone back anyway. We got Chet Holmgren on this team. That's insane. Okay, so do we want to maybe move on from Keldon Johnson? That is nuts. We've got a lot of money tied up here, so we can definitely clear this off the books next year. That was like one of the greatest trades I think I've ever done ever. Greatest acquisitions. I don't really get players in free agency like that. Okay, so let's just bring in Dinwiddie as a vibes guy. He wants a lot of money actually. Let's not bring in Dinwiddie. We can't actually afford many players. I guess we can bring in Monte Morris as a vibes guy off the bench. We got Jaren. We got all these guys accepting, but we couldn't bring any of them in. And then we can also bring in none of these guys. None of these guys really make sense for us. I just want some like backup. So none of these guys. I guess we'll bring in Vince Williams on a small contract that could be tradable. And he signs, he comes in. Okay, cool. Well, we have a new lease of life here in Milwaukee. We managed to get Chet Holmgren, who's up to a 93 overall. Castle's up to a 90. Harper's up to an 84. Peterson joins the fray this year too. Kadeem Lark's up. There's some hope here in Milwaukee. That's crazy. I think Chet would have seen that we're offering the bag. He would have seen Dylan Harper. He would have seen all the other guys on this team, and he would have gone, you know what? I'm there. I don't think we're going to stop at the deadline. I think we're going to go through to the end of the year. This is a playoff team. It has to be a playoff team. I never get Chet. That's incredible. I'm so happy with that. So this team is going to look very interesting next year. So, and we also have a new coach. We have Kenny Atkinson on board. So I'm pumped. I will see you guys at the end of this year. 22 wins to 52 wins. Steph Curry wins MVP. He is 39 years old winning MVP. That's insane. AJ Rookie of the Year, 6th player Julius Randle, Wemby Depoy, Liam McNeely Most Improved, Clutch player Luka, Jason Kidd Coach of the Year, Jordan Hobson Executive of the Year. That's nuts. That's nuts considering the moves that we made. Any bucks on any of these teams? We don't get any bucks on any of these teams. We get Chet here on defensive team, and we get Darren Peterson here on all rookie first team. So we end up as the 2nd seed. So we didn't even make the playoffs last year, and this year we're in the 2nd seed, which is crazy. So Dylan Harper, Chet leading the way. Stephon Castle playing really well as the 3rd string. Yeah, this team is awesome. This team is awesome to watch. If we can make it through this first round, like I feel like a free agent would be willing to come with Milwaukee if they see them handle the Giannis situation well, and if they have a young team, and it's coming to fruition. So Luka, Kobe White, Matisse Thybulle, Bobby Portis, an old friend, Derek Queen, Marcus Buzelis. How did they sign Luka? That's insane. So game 1, goes to us. Game 2 goes to the Bulls. Game 3 goes to the Bulls. Game 4 goes to the Bulls. Okay. Let's just shorten this down to an 8-man rotation. And they want to start Pedersen. Interesting. Over Keldon Johnson. Sure. Let's just see if the boys can maybe handle. Like, we got to win. We got to win in the playoffs. Can we get 2? I don't know. This Bulls team is crazy good. But we have Chet and we have Dylan Harper. But we've got a lot of development to still do. So I'm fine going home here. That's completely fine by me. Look, it's unfortunate. We're the 2nd seed. But we're going to be back. We give the boys a taste of the finals. Tyrese Halliburton coming up against AD. And the Pacers win in 7. Wow. Cool stuff. So quite a lot of retirees here. Bucks legend Brook Lopez retires. Yeah, a lot of big retirees, which we'll just let them all retire. So we were good this year. So if the Pelicans were bad, we have a swap with them. But I don't think we're gonna actually. Were the Pelicans bad? They might have been good. So the Nets get 1 via Philly. That's crazy. Let's kind of see how things fall here. So we end up getting the 20th overall pick, and maybe our pick, it goes to the Hawks, Milwaukee. Yeah, it goes to the Hawks there. Okay, so we just have like an early-ish pick. So Kenny Atkinson is staying on, and the NBA draft time. We're gonna definitely draft with this pick. I don't know if I want to move up into the draft. Like we got pick 20. So let's take Keita here. 7-2. That's crazy. Out of Spain. We'll bring him in. Love that for us. Another backup center. Team player options. We're bringing all these guys back. And then qualifying offers. We don't have anyone here. Free agents. I think we just have Andre Jackson and Keldon Johnson. Okay. So we've got Dylan Harper, Jasper Johnson. We need a new shooting guard if we're not going to bring back Andre Jackson. We got Wiggins and Peterson, who I'm fine with this rotation. And then we got Chet Holmgren, Patty Williams, which I think I'm fine with that rotation. Kadeem Lark. So we need to bring in a center and a shooting guard. So who are the 2 guys here actually? Keldon Johnson and Andre Jackson. So Keldon Johnson has a couple of. He was actually really good for us though. He could be really good off the bench still. So $20 million is just a lot of money. Andre Jackson wants a bit of money too. So, I mean, let's see if we can maybe bring in like a backup shooting guard. With like Wiggins is okay and all, but he's much cheaper than Keldon Johnson. But Keldon Johnson, he didn't even play last year for us. Okay, let's see if we can shed some money really quick, because we're gonna have to pay a lot of these players next year. So I mean, Green and Wiggins. Let's see if we can get a shooting guard. We're not gonna get Quentin Grimes. We're not gonna get Kobe White. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if we can actually afford someone relatively priced, because we don't have insane amounts of money, which is unfortunate. Ronnie James is there. I can bring in Ronnie James if we want. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. There's not too many options, especially on the amount of money that we're looking at. Because a lot of these guys are gonna want money next year, and this is just a backup position as well. So, like Dort is here. Dort could be okay off the bench. Bit more defensive. And he's not going to want an insane amount of money. So Dort could be the guy we go after in this situation. Or Nor. Nor could be fine. We're going to have to re-sign him, but he might want less money. So let's get Nickeil Alexander-Walker in the door. I never really trade for him. So we're going to send Aaron Wiggins and AJ Green for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Can we get like a... I don't know if we're going to be able to get a first out of this too. Wiggins and Green for Nickeil Alexander-Walker and a first. They agree. Okay. So let's bring back Keldon Johnson. I think it's going to be a lot of money that we have to give up though, which is unfortunate, but that's fine. Let's just do 3 years. Let's see if we can get it down to like $19 million. I mean, we can go try and get it to 18. No, it's not going to work. let's go $19 million with a team option, 2 years, see if he accepts that, and he does. So we need to get a backup center as well. And Marvin Bagley's been fine for us, but I think we're definitely I think we might move on from him, which is fine. So Andre Jackson, I think we're gonna move on from him too, and just kind of go into a new fresh direction here. So there's really not that many center options. Oh, there is now. I was on the wrong screen. Nick Richards would be okay. He's always good as a backup center. Charles Bassey actually is normally pretty good in this game. He can play like 10 minutes off the bench if we really wanted him to. He's younger as well. So let's offer Charles Bassey like a 3-year contract. And he agrees. So do we get both of these guys? We can afford it. Okay, cool. I think it just helps that all of our guys are kind of on rookie scale contracts. So Harper, Jasper Johnson, Nikhil Alexander-Walker, Stephen Castle, Keldon Johnson, Darren Peterson. I think Peterson's definitely going to start. Chet, Patty Williams, Kadeem Malak, and Charles Bassey. So I'm fine with that. I'm fine with this, honestly. I feel like we're heading in the right direction. We've got Chet on our team, and Dylan Harper and those guys are going to keep developing nicely. So player progression, we got Chet, Castle, who are 90 overalls now. Harper's up there. Peterson's up there. Yeah, this team excites me. We've turned around a dark patch in Milwaukee's history, and hopefully Giannis is playing well. We go one better this year, 53 wins. Jokic on the Warriors is your MVP. Rookie of the year goes to Tyron Stokes. Jeremiah Fears, 6th player. Defensive player, Wemby. Koa Pete, most improved. And Steph Curry is your clutch player, with Jason Kidd being the coach of the year. So do we get any bucks on any of these teams this year? We don't. So no Dylan Harper or anything like that. I think the team's just kind of very spread out. I think, yeah, we just cover all bases. So we get Chet on defensive team, and that's all we really need. So we are the 2nd seed here, which is great. I don't know if I showed these last year. So Dylan Harper, Peterson, Castle, Malak, Chet, Jasper Johnson is definitely breaking out. That's nuts. Yeah, we're the 2nd seed, 2nd year in a row. I just want to check, what are the tendency shots? Whoa, okay. So Harper, let's just bump up. Chet, let's bump up a little bit. Castle, we can leave where he is. Peterson, I guess we can leave where he is. And let's bring Malak down a little bit as well. I don't want him to be everywhere. So Dylan Harper, we're going to hopefully make the guy. And hopefully that's not a bad call. So let's see what happens here. So we draw Toronto, who have a pretty strong... They haven't really changed at all, to be honest. So game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to them. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 goes to us. And game 5 goes to us. So now we draw the Cavs, and we draw Kenny Atkinson's old team. They also haven't really changed much. They never really do. Might be like their contract situation or something, but they never make any trades or anything like. And I guess you can see why. Let's go down to an 8-man rotation and kind of see how they want to run it. So Chet's going to be playing an insane amount of minutes. Okay, we win game 5. Let's see if we can win game 6 and game 7. This would be a little bit disappointing if we lose this. I don't know what our problem would be. We have a defensive caliber player. Maybe there's too much scoring, too many mouths to feed, and we win by 1. Oh my god. That's nuts. That is actually nuts. So game 7 against the Cavs. We're at home for this game. Hopefully we can maybe just play a little bit better than last game. We blew it in the last earlier. So can we come home strong? And we don't. We lose by 5. Cool. That's terrible. We're gonna go one more year then, and hopefully we can make it really count. So the Pelicans win, and Zion wins his first championship against the Nets. Pretty cool stuff. So Steph calls it time. Butler calls it time. A lot of guys call it time. Schroeder wins a championship. No, he didn't win a championship. That was me tripping out. So draft lottery this year. I don't think we are in a high up pick. I think it's a swap. Wait. We have pick 12. Okay. Via Portland. So interesting stuff. We end up with pick number... Where did that pick go? It stays with the Blazers. Okay, so we don't have any picks in the top. We have pick 17 via Memphis. And that's about it. Okay. Right. Stuff signing. We'll keep Kenny Atkinson around. Like, I do really like him. I mean, if we have money, there's a lot of good coaches out here right now, but we need to kind of get some consistency. So we should be fine. Let's go to the NBA draft. I think we're just going to draft with this pick. I don't think we're going to trade. We've picked 17, so let's take Dexter Palmer here. And then we've got another pick here, so let's take Elliot Becker. Cool. Two young guys. I don't think they're going to crack the rotation, but it's just good to kind of get some young players in. So everyone here, Patrick Williams declines his player option. Okay. Hopefully he wants less money. And then Stephen Castle we're going to have to bring back on big bucks. So this is the year to really do the stuff. So we need to bring back Nickeil Alexander-Walker as well. So let's see if we can maybe sign. Okay, we'll give him $38 million. Patrick Williams will just give whatever he wants, and both those guys are back. So Gabe Vincent, we're gonna let go. Vince Williams, we're gonna let go, and we're gonna make sure we also sign Nickeil Alexander-Walker back as well. He wants $10 million though, so we get all three of the guys. Can we keep them all? We do. Okay, perfect. So let's see our roster now. I think after some player progression, this should be even better. So Harper, Johnson, Castle, Alexander Walker, Peterson, Keldon Johnson, Chet, Patty Williams, and Kenny Mullock and Charles Massey. In all honesty, I think like I'm fine with how this is going. I literally just I just want to just run it back. There's a lot of good options around the league though. But yeah, we're just gonna run it back. We're gonna run it back. We're gonna make it hopefully out of the second round this year. And I'm very excited. This player progression should be just like lots of green, hopefully. Lots of green. And it is. We've got 390 overalls now. Holmgren, Castle, Pedersen. They jumped Harper. Interesting. So Harper just goes up 2 overalls. Kadeem Mullock's up. Jasper Johnson's up. Oh man, this team could be anything this year. I always say this, and then we always do mediocre. So Wemby wins MVP. We have Darren George winning Rookie of the Year. 6th player, Jeremiah Fears. Wemby Depoy. Most improved, Caden Boozer. Anthony Edwards, Clutch Player of the Year. And Coach of the Year goes to Jack Morrissey. So yeah, pretty interesting stuff. We don't get Dylan Harper on any of these teams, which is nuts. We get Chet here again. And that's about it. So we are the 2 seed again, man. We're never going to be able to crack that 1 seed. So they're your points per game. Maybe there's too many scorers on this team. I'm not sure. Rebounds, assists. Yeah, it's all looking pretty good. So we draw Miami first game. Pretty interesting team. I feel like Julius Randle has been on every team this year or this video so far. The Cavs again with the same team as last year. Can we just get through this year and actually walk away? And yeah, we do. We make it through to a championship, a conference finals. And wow, the Hawks have a good team. I feel like they always have a good team in this game. They win game 1. We win game 1. We win game 2. And we win game 4. We don't. We're going to choke a 3-1. We do. We get through in 6. Cool. Dylan Harper is your Eastern Conference Finals MVP. And we come up against the Thunder, who are always... Wait, who do they have in their team? Okay, I thought I saw Luka for whatever reason. So game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to them. Game 3 goes to them. Man, I'm going to be pissed if we lose this. Can we drop this down to an 8-man rotation? Yeah, we can. Okay, let's see what happens. So game 4, we draw it up. Game 5, we fall behind. And can we get out of here? Can we please win? I would love to walk out of here with a championship just to make the Bucks fans happy. And at least force a game 7. That would be lovely if we can force a game 7. And we do. Okay, so we're going to a game 7. Let's just keep resetting the lineup like we always do. And let's see what happens here in game 7 against Chet Holmgren's old team. Is Chet going to have revenge in this series? And it looks like we are going to make it through. We scored 155 points and the Bucks win a championship. Dylan Harper is your finals MVP. What a team we assembled. This is probably, like, all round one of my favorite teams I've ever created. And we still have a lot of development in these guys. Most of these guys are, well, 23, 22, Chet's 27. Like, this team could be a dynasty for years to come. But that free agency pickup of Chet, we actually looked who we could sign, and that was nuts. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate the love and support. Let me know down below what you think the Bucks are going to do this offseason. Are they going to trade Giannis? What are they going to do? It's going to be really interesting, but I'll catch you guys in the next video.